So today we have a scenario and we're going to read that scenario. We're going to fill it into a table and graph it using all the good graph pieces. And then we're going to write an equation because this is very similar to what you should have been doing at some point last year in 7th grade. If it's all new, not a big deal. We'll learn it now. So it just might take a little bit more practice. So it says Gaines Gym, the membership fee is $50. So that would be something that you're going to pay. And if you never go to the gym, you're still paying. And then every time you visit, it's $10. So we're going to fill in the table. And our number of visits, we're going to start them at 0. It's often nice to have that 0 on a table because we can see what happens at that point. And then we're just going to go ahead and go up by ones. If we get to fill in the numbers, keep them simple. We wouldn't do negatives. There's no such thing as a negative visit to the gym. Sometimes it'd be more in the past, but if we're just looking at the ones, this is what we're going to fill in. So if we never visited the gym, we would still have paid that $50 membership fee because we said, yep, I want to have this gym membership. But then if we were going for one visit, we pay the membership fee, plus we have to pay an additional $10. So now we're going to be at $60. We don't put the dollar sign in on our table. We just want that to keep it as numbers. 2 visits, it's going to be $70. We only had to pay the membership fee once, and this would just keep going up by the $10. When we're making our graph, we are going to start both of them at 0, both of our axes, and cost would depend on number of visits. So number of visits goes on the bottom. It's our x-axis. It's our independent variable, and we're just going to go up by ones. And it only goes up to 5, so we only have to go up to 5. If we're only going up by ones, don't worry about spreading that out. Going the other direction, we're going to start at 0, and we need to get up to 100. So 10 seems to make sense. We will fit on the graph. And this one's number of visits. We need a title, and this one was Gaines Gym. I'm not too picky on a title, just as long as you have one. Then I'm going to switch colors just to make it easier. So 0 visits, it costs $50. And 1 visit, it costs 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100 for 5. I'm not connecting the dots. That's not what we're doing because there's no such thing as 1.5 visits. We're just working on putting our coordinates on our graph, and we're keeping them as the coordinates. So it says write an equation that represents the relationship between cost and number of visits to Gaines Gym. Define your variables. Defining the variables just means like what does x equal and y equals. X is going to equal whatever we chose to put on the x-axis is our independent variable. So in this case, I did number of visits. And sorry, it is number of visits. This one here should have been cost. Sorry about that. Some of you are probably screaming at the video, no, it's not number of visits. Thank you. Maybe your thoughts would have helped me make this video. So our x is going to be number of visits, and y is equal to cost. See, I was thinking the y, so it happened. So I want to know the cost is equal to what? And so if I think about it, I had to pay $50 plus $10 per visit. I can put in a different number for x and I can try it out. I'm going to pick a number from the table. If I put in a 5 for 5 visits, I know it should equal $100. That's what we calculated before. So 10 times 5 is 50, plus 50 equals 100. So that means it's lined up. This becomes my equation. You could have written it as y equals 10x plus 50. Same thing. Remember that commutative property, we can write 50 and 10x. We can flip those two around. Number 4, it's just your opinion. Would you buy this? Is this something how you would prioritize them, or why would somebody prioritize them? So we're really looking at in this unit is kind of this idea of finances, and this is just kind of getting you to think about that. It says consider other costs similar to purchasing a gym membership. Why is it important to consider these costs when planning for financial security? Financial security just means that you are going to have enough money to pay for all the things that you need, and then you'll have be able to buy some of the things that you want. You might not be able to buy everything you want, but financial security means that you feel comfortable. You can buy food, shelter, clothing, again, all those necessities, and still have a little bit of money left over. So then it says, as a young adult, you'll be able to decide to purchase memberships such as Spotify, gym memberships, and Netflix. How will you decide if you can afford this given your budget? So you're just kind of thinking about what are some things that I'm going to think are really important when I do this. Then it says create your own gym scenario. So give it a name, tell me the cost. Either a cost per month or visit. A lot of gyms they used to be per visit a long time ago, but now they are usually as a per cost, but you do pay an initial fee. If you don't have one, I'm just going to give you one and see if you can fill in the rest of the table and the graph to make sure that you have it. So we're going to call it, we're not going to use the highlighter. We're going to call it Schaefer Gym just because. And our cost information. So you are going to pay $25 to register, and then you're going to pay $30 per month. So you only register once in your lifetime, and then the rest of the time you're paying per month. So we're going to look at, is the month's going to go on my x-axis, or is my cost? And it should be months. And cost is going to go on the side. So I'm going to have this all filled out, and I'm going to have you check the answer key to see if your answers match.